Hi, it's Ida Syke here, and I'm just wondering if we kind of missed something with Ryan Reynolds. I'm not sure if he is officially named as an Illuminati member or not. I haven't really heard his name come up, so I was just wondering because it looks like he signed on to cameo in a episode of Family Guy coming out Christmas time during this 11th season, where he will actually play the precursor to Jesus Christ, and officially named the let's see, Son of God, or the original Son of God. So the Family Guy executive producer says he's God's previous attempt at an immaculate conception, the first son that didn't quite work out. So Ryan Reynolds is no stranger to Family Guy. He's actually played in a cameo role before as himself. And let's see, he just recently did the movie Ted. My son saw that the other night. He said it was no good, but he's 14, so I'm not sure what everyone else thinks. So the Christmas episode will air later this year as part of season 11, which kicks off September 30th on Fox. So vocal contributions from celebrities like Johnny Depp, Elizabeth Banks, Kellen Lutz, and so that really wasn't enough to pique my interest with just that, although I thought it was kind of funny. So I went ahead and I did some more looking into his background, and I found some interesting stuff. So Ryan Reynolds, born October 23rd, 1976, and I was researching into some of the stuff into his career and his background. It looks like he actually was a Roman Catholic. Okay, he has a new flick coming out here where he will portray Nick Walker in the film adaptation of Dark Horse Comics' R.I.p.d. Rest in Peace Department. Okay, planned release 2013. Let's see here. What I wanted to mention about that basically is it's kind of like a zombie film. So definitely he's going to be representative rather of what's going on in today's news, pretty much. So this is art imitating life. Beliefs. Though Reynolds was Catholic raised, he's since rejected it. In an interview with The Advocate, Reynolds noted his views on religious belief, saying, "Religion poison everything that is good in this world." So it's interesting that he says that too, because there was an article that was released. I saw it yesterday here. Take a look at this. Being born again is linked to more brain atrophy, says a study. Now, I would like to read that study because I do have several degrees, and I have been trained in the scientific method. I know how to read peer-reviewed journals. I'd like to know where this came out in, and what the actual premises of the study is. So what the actual valuation is of this study by professionals who probably may or may not be religious, probably not. So anyway, here, this study is published online in PLOS 1. As people age, a certain amount of brain atrophy is expected. Shrinkage of the hippocampus is also associated with depression, dementia, Alzheimer's disease. So far, that's what we know. That's true. In the study, researchers asked 268 people aged 58 to 84 about their religious affiliation, spiritual practice, and life-changing religious experience. Over the course of 2 to 8 years, changes in the hippocampus were monitored using MRI scans. Well, I'd like to know if it was a fMRI or what type of MRI too, and if it was dementia before the dementia or Alzheimer's, for example, had set in before these answers were recaptured. I actually did a lot of studies on Alzheimer's and actually worked in a laboratory for brain disease, so I'm interested in knowing this. The researchers suggested that stress over holding religious beliefs that fall outside of the mainstream may help explain the findings. One interpretation of our findings, that members of majority religious groups seem to have less atrophy compared with minority religious groups. Well, that's because a lot of them that create these minority religious groups, like cults, are, often insane from the get-go, is that when you feel your beliefs and values are somewhat at odds of those as a society at whole, it may contribute to long-term stress, you think, that could have implications for the brain. Like I said, this is in no way indicative of, first of all, I'm completely offended by this. I don't know what your view is on religion, but I'm a Christian. My best friend is Jewish. I have Muslim friends, so I'm well versed in religion in general, and I'm pretty strong in my own faith. I take offense to this title, being born again linked to more brain atrophy. What I just read to you in no way explains that title. Basically, this is saying that being part of a minority religious belief is what's causing this so-called brain atrophy. However, the title actually says being born again is linked to more brain atrophy. Well, being born again is indicative of being a Christian, okay, being a follower of Jesus Christ, for example. Basically, Christianity is one of the more mainstream religions, don't you agree? So this is completely counter indicative of what they're trying to express to the mass media. So trying to brainwash people into believing that their brains are actually going to shrink if they believe in religion, or if they're saved or born again, is so irresponsible. And basically, I feel like suing these people for that. I mean, this is ridiculous. So back to Ryan Reynolds. Anyway, so okay, he rejected his faith. He thinks religion is poison. He's starring as the son of God, though. Okay? Yeah, it's a great representation for no faith there. And he's starring in this upcoming flick, like I said, r.i.p.d, not r.f.i.d. A recently slain young cop joins a team of undead police officers working for the Rest in Peace Department and tries to find the man who murdered him. Sounds very interesting indeed. So let's see if he has any links to the past, Illuminati-wise. Let's see. Origin of Species, The Outer Limits. This was broadcast November 14th, 1998, so quite a long time ago. And the plot is, after lifting off into space, a rocket's heading through the cosmos. The students and Dr. Nodell are all secure against a sort of upright wall. ... Okay. So that doesn't tell us much. Let's just look at this opening narration, though. Throughout the ages, humans have looked into the heavens and wondered, where did we come from? Where are we going? But will we find those answers in the stars or in ourselves? Does this sound a little bit like Prometheus to you? Okay. So I actually haven't seen this, but it says here that basically it's about the ship extracted genetic material from a group of students in hope during the journey and created babies, modifying their genes to avoid the dangers of inbreeding. Gattaca, creating a sufficient number of humans with enough genetic variation to repopulate the Earth. Very, very interesting. Okay, so basically this is not a secret now. Okay, I have no doubts that, this is a Illuminati puppet if I ever saw one. Ryan Reynolds, the most sexiest man on earth. I don't think he's very good looking at all, by the way. Anyway, here's another Outer Limits episode that he starred in, Double Helix, part of the television show, The Outer Limits, of course, March 28th, 1997, so that the year before the other one I just mentioned. He plays the geneticist again, looking into introns, mysterious sections of DNA that, I'm sorry, I thought I read something wrong, that hold the secret to future evolution. Develops a formula and believes he will activate them and test it on himself. Here's opening narration. Perhaps we should ask ourselves, will the next leap of science be a step into the future or a plunge into the abyss? So, once again, and here we go. Here we go. After developing the liquid that acts on the intron, genetic material in DNA that acts on spacers and does not code for protein, therefore, if you knew anything about science, this really doesn't even make sense. He tested on the fish and found that the liquid transformed the fish to amphibia. So this is a whole reptilian thing, I guess. Inside that area, a spaceship-type device, which symbols match the ones on Doctor's hands. That sounds very strange. It activates, and a message from an apparent alien race is played back. Guys, this is extremely fascinating, and whoever out there has enough time to go through and watch this stuff, please do, and get back to us and see if we are onto something here, or if I'm just lost and in the dark and didn't know all along that he was part of the Illuminati. And here's this film Buried, which I've tried to start on my Netflix several times, and it looks so crappy, I can't say that word on here, just in case there's any kids, but it looks so crappy, basically, that I couldn't even get past the first 10 minutes. Basically, it revolves around an Iraqi-based American truck driver, Paul Conroy, Ryan Reynolds, who after being attacked finds himself buried in a wooden coffin with only a lighter, flask, flashlight, knife, glow sticks, pencil, and a mobile phone to help him escape before the oxygen in the coffin runs out. Okay, so that one's on my Netflix. I don't know if it's on yours, but basically it's, I'm just putting two and two together. Zombies, coffins, symbolism, reptilian stuff, DNA, Prometheus, Gattaca, evolution, the Son of God. I mean, the writing is on the wall with this guy, people. There is nowhere left for him to hide, and he may actually be one of the biggest Illuminati puppets I have seen. So, I hope you're having a great day, and keep your eye open for this kind of stuff. All this stuff's always out in plain sight, isn't it? And what are we to do about it, really? But it just kind of makes me angry because I don't want to be brainwashed. I don't want to have people talking about my faith as if it atrophies the brain. If anything, it causes neurogenesis. Okay? Genesis. Neurogenesis. Basically creates new brain cells. And really, by that I mean new connections between brain cells. We can get smarter as we age. Okay? Not only do we have wisdom, not only can our faith grow and be solidified, but we can have peace within ourselves to know that what we're doing is right. What we're teaching is right. Okay? So I take extreme offense, Mr. Ryan Reynolds, to you going on Family Guy, which I don't allow my kids to watch. I don't watch it either, just simply because I really don't like the way that the girl is treated in that television show, to be really honest with you. I think it just is so degrading. I can't even stand it. But I take offense to you going on that show and basically playing this game with people's faith. And then I also take offense to whatever website that was, that it's all over the internet, basically, saying that religion atrophies the brain. Basically saying being born again, atrophies the brain. Really. I'd like to see that. I'm going to go back and read that study. It looks like a piece of crap to me so far. All right, because 280 participants, basically, that you did an MRI on over the course of several years, and then found, that their brain atrophied, could have just been purely from aging. So let's say what it is. It's a pile of crap. Your study is a pile of crap. And I'm here to tell you, I'm a published author, okay? I'm here to tell you, it's a pile of crap. Sorry for the rant, guys, but I'm sure a lot of you feel the way I do. And if you don't, oh well, this is my opinion. It's my faith. I'm giving you a piece of my mind. I'm usually pretty calm, but this kind of has gotten me angry, and I apologize if I offend anyone, but I have a right to have my opinions too. So, I hope you guys have a great day, no matter what. I might do psych. Let's keep our eyes open for these idiots who want to call us idiots for believing in something. All right? Have a great day, guys.